life thing, yeah, it's all about understanding, bro.
This is the craziest thing I've bought as far as a business tool. The deal that I keep talking about in all the vlogs, this $3.3 billion one, our product will come into the Miami port. Literally. Welcome back to another week in the life here in beautiful Miami. This week has already been insane and it's only Monday. I had one person quit, 2 new people started. I decided I'm hiring an additional person. I also sent out a contract for a $3 million piece of business. And then the craziest thing happened. I was sent a list of business with products, prices, who's supplying it, and the total dollar value of that list is going to blow your mind. I'm gonna tell you a little bit later in the video, but for now, I'm about to meet Jesse to go to the opening of a new restaurant. Actually, it's not even open yet. It's the Friends and Family. It's a very fancy restaurant here in Miami. Yeah, you're coming with me.
Trying to get my block wage. Never really spoke up on the gram. And that way a man could look bait and them on the two-face. Talk about your plans in the works. Snitch from my pay, from my Jake, but my guys don't play. Spin round your blocks all day. The money racking clean 40, even on a cold day. Never going home with no pay. The money on a man foreplay. Chroma for the bargain. Yeah, I never show no love cause I didn't want my log getting stolen. Yeah, remember.
So this is pretty cool. This is the opening night for this restaurant, which I've never been to before. And it's funny to see like they're not fully together yet. They're still trying to kind of figure out their rhythm, but the place is super, super nice. It's called Rosa Negra and it is a Mexican like Tulum type vibe. Very, very nice menu. Apparently the chef here is a Michelin starred chef. So we'll see, but so far I'm impressed with the place. Jesse, what do you think?
Bro, this place is so dope and it's so hidden. Like it's just inset from the street and you would never know it's here. And they did a really good job with the design and it feels like Tulum. I've never even been to Tulum, but it feels like Tulum.
Good morning. It is beautiful out here right now. It's about 6:30 in the morning. I woke up naturally at 3:45. Normally I do not do that, but I was like, fuck it, let me get out of bed. I know that it would feel better to get up and start grinding than it would to stay in bed and sleep more. And that's one of these internal conversations I have with myself. But anyway, what I've been working on today is going through my emails. I had a little bit of a backlog from yesterday because I was in so many meetings. As I go through these emails, I'm constantly asking myself, is this something I need to be doing? Or is there someone else or a software or a strategy that could be applied so that I don't have to do this task? And I'm always doing that. So my process to delegate is forever. It's like a merry-go-round that constantly happens. So that's what I was working on today. I'm actually about to go meet Jesse and hit a hot yoga session. I've been advised by my trainer that I should go do hot yoga to help with some of the back pain that I have.
Best part is 35.
The deal that I keep talking about in all the vlogs, this $3.3 billion one, our product will come into the Miami port, which literally those boats are going out, but it'll come in and come right behind us here and come into port, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy to think about. Yeah, it comes from India.
I gotta finish watching the Buy Now documentary. I fell asleep. Buy Now, the conspiracy.
Oh yeah. Oh, what'd you think?
Dude, I mean,
crazy, huh?
Yeah. I don't think they mentioned this in it, but I think it's either 80-90% of all Amazon returns end up in a landfill.
That's what I was telling Martina.
Because it's not worth it for them to try to redistribute it or resell it. Obviously they have the, buy used or whatever, but a lot of the shit doesn't even make sense to do it. It's crazy.
Lost to secure that bag. Broke couldn't hang too late. Them times more time than the boys on tag. Can't take questions but mention when my guys on road. Yeah, he moves all mad. Just hit a lick with the baked outfit. Got the custom kits and I'm looking all mad. Days in the D, what they say about me. Left the crib real light. Came back with a stack. Yeah. My finances not looking too bad. 5-star meal that a sweet one made. Now I'm not gonna front cause the taste went bad. Teaching make souffles on Tuesdays. Might get a quick taste if the ting don't lack. Got a little broski on low key near the local shop cause the guy got packs. Yeah.
Good morning. I just sat down, finished my meditation at my desk. Oh, there we go. And I wanted to show you a little bit of how my workflow starts in the morning. So the first thing is I work out of the guest bedroom in our condo. I've got my little desk set up here. My dog usually hangs out on the bed here. But the first thing that I do is I turn on my Vibe board. And this is the craziest thing I've bought as far as a business tool. But what it does is it shows me the beginning of my calendar for the day. I can also slide through it if I need to. And then there's a lot of really cool tools on here that I can play around with, all these different apps. I do a lot of my note taking up here, and it's basically like a smart whiteboard. So that's the first thing. I pop this on and I look at my calendar. My assistant books all these meetings for me, and I don't always know what's going to be coming up. So that's why in the morning I like to see what's on my agenda. Then I come over here. I do have to close the blind because it is super sunny in the morning. Great problem to have. But this is the desk setup. So I have one of these sit stand desks. I normally start off my day with it seated, and then a little bit later in the day, especially as I get a little bit more tired in the afternoon, I pop it up and I start standing for some of my meetings. So a couple of kind of key things I have on the desk here. One, I have my microphone. The quality of this for anybody that I'm having a meeting with is insane. So that's why I have this. This is the Shure microphone. Of course, I've got my wireless keyboard. By the way, I did not purposely put my watch and bracelet here. I had it on the other day and I took it off because I don't like it banging on the desk and I never grabbed it. So anyway, that's why that's here. I've got my wireless charger for my phone, some water, coffee. Got to use the Logitech MX mouse. So that's really it. So in the morning, as you already know, if you've been watching these vlogs, I start off with a meditation and then I actually journal. I bought this journal when I was traveling in Europe last summer. I bought it in Prague. It's actually in, you can see it's in Czech. And this is what I've been using. I journal 1 page in the morning. Usually I make an observation about myself, maybe something I want to work on, anything along those lines. And that's what I do. And then I read. I finally gave in to a Kindle. The reason I read on a Kindle is because if you have a Kindle, you know you can highlight on the Kindle. You can also take notes on the Kindle. And then when I'm done a book, I export all those highlights, which is an option you can do. And sometimes I'll throw them into ChatGPT and say, here's a book I just read. I need to teach this to my sales team. I'm the manager of them, XYZ, and a whole long prompt. And it basically will give me a whole game plan on how I can implement the lessons from whatever book I read to my team. So I can't do that if I read a physical book. So that's why I like to use this. I also have an app and like an email thing called Readwise, and it's connected to my Kindle. And every morning it sends me my top highlights, or it sends me highlights from my books. So I get like a compilation of 5, 6, 7 highlights, and I read through them every day. That helps me retain some of the knowledge I'm reading in these books. And some of them I use for my Instagram stories or my Instagram posts, any quotes that I really like. So that's about it. Right now, I need to dive into these emails. We've been onboarding 2 new people this week, 2 new employees, 1 account executive, 1 sales assistant, and I've been super busy giving them as much time as they need. And so what that means is my emails are getting a bit backed up. So I need to go work through that. Let me show you Miami before we do. Oh yeah. Grateful every day for this view. Guys, it's been cold in Miami for the last few days. And I know if you're up north, you're thinking, no, it's not cold in Miami. Well, it's cold for us. 60 degrees in Miami feels cold. That's Fahrenheit. So anyway, let me get back to it right now. We're going to check in a little bit. I told you earlier in this video that I would let you know what the dollar amount of this piece of business potential opportunity is. It is $75 million of business. And I have the part number, the specification, the price they're paying, the monthly usage. This is crazy. And these things happen once in a blue moon. This is by far the largest list of potential opportunities that we can go after. the way that I'm uncovering things like this is through people. I could never do this on my own, but I met some guys that are tied up in a certain industry and they were able to uncover this information for me, and then we're gonna go attack it together. So if you're wondering what do I think when I get an opportunity like this, it's crazy, it's amazing, I get excited, but I don't let myself get too far ahead and distract from what I need to do, which is I need to put the work in now. So we're gonna strategize about how we can attack this list. We need to provide value. Quoting an apples to apples item is not the best way to do it. I need to think, what can we do to be better than the current vendor? So we're gonna work on that. If you wanna see what happens, make sure to subscribe. You know that I share as much as I can about business, and we'll see you next week.